Hi, my name is Thomas Demont. I am the curator of the Antique Key Machine Museum of America, located here in Findlayville in western Pennsylvania. I had inherited all the key machines from my great-grandfather, grandfather, and my father, along with my own machines, and it got to be a sizable collection. I had contacted the Smithsonian and offered to donate all my key machines. It was 250 at the time to the Smithsonian, and they wanted them, but they would. I asked them would they display them, and they said no. They would just box them up and put them in storage and catalog them. And I said, well, how could they be displayed? And they said, well, if you were a museum, we would then acquire the museum and move it to one of our smaller museums and put it on display. So I said, well, there's the answer. I'll just create a museum. And that's what we have today. Being a locksmith for over 65 years, and having to work with a lot of these different machines, I saw them starting to disappear over time. My concern is that we were losing our heritage as locksmiths if these machines ended up in the scrapyard. And so that was the idea, to start putting together the museum to preserve history for future locksmiths. In Massachusetts by Lionel Yale Jr., who invented the mass production pin tumbler cylinder. He also invented the production key machine that manufacturers used when they were making their cylinders and keys at the time. But the first production key machine that was sold to dealers to be used to copy keys was patented in 1895 by Edmund Darling in Rhode Island. He sold the patent rights to the Graham Manufacturing Company, who manufactured key blanks at the time. And they sold that machine all the way up into the late 1920s. And I have all of those on display here, with the exception of Lionel Yale's, because I haven't been able to find a manufacturing production reciprocating saw machine. So to answer, go back and sum it up, it was patented and made here in the USA in 1863 for the manufacturing machines, 1880 for the production machine, and patented in 1895 by Edmund Darling. Right now we have 465 machines on display in the museum, and another 300 in the storage room below us that are waiting to come up to the museum as we get them conditioned to come up here. There is a lot of machines out there that I haven't been able to acquire for the museum yet. One is the reciprocating foul key machine. There's one, only one that I know of in a museum in Milwaukee, and hopefully someday I'll acquire one for the museum. But there's other key machines out there. If I could just give you some history, from 1900 to 1940, locksmith machinists made their own key machines, and I have a lot of those on display that are one-of-a-kind key machines that were made by locksmith machinists. Last year, we were awarded our corporation status. We're a 501c3 nonprofit corporation recognized under the federal government. The future plans for the museum is to expand this existing room that we have now, the building we're in, to double its size within a year, so that we could add more key machines in there.